Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, maybe. It's got to be getting close to noon. Anyways, we're back in the shop. Been down here a while. It's a hot day today down here in Morris, Alabama. We'll be pushing upper 80s, I'd say. There's a shot of my lovely farm all. She's doing what she's supposed to be doing. I got another little project going on. I thought I'd just kind of bring you along, kind of see how it goes. Out there in the parking lot, there's an old 65 Ford truck. A little story behind this old truck. My granddaddy bought this thing brand spanking new. Most of my older brothers drove it when they got old enough to drive, and I was the youngest of the boys, so I ended up with it. Bought it from Dad. Had it look fixed up and looking real good. Had it painted candy apple red. I mean, the interior had been redone. I got an automatic transmission in it, disc brakes. It was just a good little old kick around truck. Didn't drive it very much, but you know, it was a nice truck. And my youngest boy, Tim, he got on up about 17, 18 years old. And it sat out there and painted, faded on it some. I mean, it was still a good running, driving truck, but he wanted to buy it from me and restore it. So he did. And the next day when I come home from work, he had disassembled this thing into a million pieces. Well, that was probably around maybe year 2000. Let's see, no, he was born in 89, so I had about 16, 17 years to that. So that's how long this thing's been sitting around there. I'm trying to add, so hold on a minute. But anyway, so you know, it's been sitting around about 20 years disassembled. And I moved after divorce, and a couple of things happened. I ended up moving from where I lived most of my life, really the house I built on my dad's property. But hey, things happen, you know. But he bought the truck, and then I moved over here on this 22 acres. And I had to drag it over here on a trailer. So it's been sitting around here disassembled on my place for 10 years here and 10 years at the other place at least. It's in bad shape. I mean, you know, there's no doubt about it. I mean, rust wise it's not. It's just in a million pieces. And yesterday got out here, put the fenders on it, inner fenders, set the cab back on the frame. Started trying to round up to put the doors back on it. Started trying to round up some of the pieces that's in all the sheds around here. My goal here, I'm just going to stick it back together. I'm going to drop the motor and everything down in it, put the hood on it. I'm kind of thinking at that point I'm probably going to drop a battery over in it. I'm sure the carburetor need to be gone through and see if this motor's been sitting for 20 years with crank. That won't happen today, but this video, I'm starting it today, so it'll be a pretty long process. My goal now is I'm fixing to push it in the shop. I done every bit out in the yard yesterday for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I did. But I'm gonna push it in the shop. And I got a couple overused tires I'm gonna put on it. Two of them's going flat by as soon as I air them up, and the other two's holding there. So you know, at least I'm gonna set the bed on it, I think, and I got it sitting over there. It's kind of cleaned out. I'm gonna set the bed on it and spread some of the parts out in and just start putting it back together. Just, you know, I mean, hey, it's nothing. It means a lot to me, but it's not my truck. But I'm tired of sitting around my place disassembled, and maybe it'll spur a little excitement, and maybe me and that youngest boy get together over here and we'll start working on this thing on Saturdays. Who knows what it might turn into. Right now, I'm going to push it back, push it in the shop. I'll probably do a little separate video on the garden. These warm nights and showers we've had has got to You know, corn sitting there about a foot tall. Crows are still hanging out a little bit. Don't seem like as bad as they were. I'm sure there'll be plenty left for us, unless they just come in here, a herd of them, and just devour it, which they could. Well, all right, y'all enjoy the day, and I'm gonna get to work and do some serious sweating today. It's gonna be one of those days where I will probably consume 1.5 gallons, 2 gallons of water. But stay hydrated. Like and subscribe and share it, all that kind of stuff, and you know, just enjoy the channel. It's just life. And we'll update you as soon as we move on just a little bit further.